Alright, we are back with more Pokemon Conquest speedruns. I've got Bacon Fry back with us for some commentary.
Hello, it's me.
Yep, sorry we were a little late. Technical issues, and we still needed to do some pre-run discussions. I told him about the bad luck I had yesterday. Yeah, I was very angry after that run. And what's unfortunate is I was able to save 3 minutes on the Spectra split because my Spectra and my PB was so bad. So if the rest of the run had gone good, I would have been ahead. Just how it works, sadly. Well...
Oh, I gotta mute. Hold on.
Okay. Good guy, he says before I said a single word. I think he was just talking about like the last time you were here.
Ah, yeah. Oh, you were there? Hello, welcome back.
No, I meant like the last time you and I had the commentary stream.
Oh,
That's probably what he meant by seems like a good guy.
well, thank you.
Alright, so... Well, yeah, John, we did a commentary practice stream, I believe, last week.
Yeah, there was some bad luck there, but also a little unoptimization.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be as long this time. Yeah, we did discuss my problems with Terrera. He actually came up with a pretty interesting strat to help Staraptor block the middle elevator more consistently, because I told him that sometimes the Charmander will not move 4 spaces. It'll move 3 instead, and that kind of ruins the whole plan. So we'll see if the situation comes up in Terrera. Alright, so...
I hope it does now.
Yeah, this will be a no reset run, so if Greenleaf goes bad, I'll just leave the kingdom and re-enter. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so right now we just gotta go through the tutorial of the game. We'll just get introduced to the concept of battles, which, if you're familiar with the Fire Emblem games, especially on the older GBA, it might seem pretty familiar. You basically just move around on a tile grid battlefield, and you just knock out your opponents with moves, and the first to knock out all the Pokemon wins.
Yeah. Well, this one's isometric, and Fire Emblem's like, how do I say it? Horizontal, vertical. Is there a word for that?
Horizontal, vertical.
It's like laid out like a chessboard.
Top down.
Oh yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Why are we playing on a new game with the file used? It skips the "would you like to save the game" text every single battle.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever had to do a speedrun with that popping up was my 100% run. You guys have no idea how annoying that was. I mean, I had to save during the run, but it coming up every single time just got old.
The good thing is you only have to save at the very end, I think.
Yep.
To register the gallery. And this is 100% scripted. The game doesn't let you do anything other than what it's asking you to do here.
Yeah, some of the battles in the main part of the game, some of the turns and movements are scripted, but most of them are not. That tutorial battle was 100% scripted.
We're about to skip a movie.
Yep, yeah, pressing start will skip the cutscene. Alright, so I'm just gonna set the settings. Just setting stuff to fast. An easy way to remember is you just set all of the options to the right side. I mean, one of the options is to turn on the grid, so you can like see where the tiles are. I don't like having that on because it looks very ugly. Okay,
when you've
so...
played enough, you know where the grids are.
Oh, yeah. So right here is the first wild battle in the game, the first of 3 for this run. This first battle is essentially 98% scripted. Both you and Jigglypuff and the wild Starly and Bidoof will always spawn in the exact same spot. The only part that could be unscripted is whether, like, Bidoof flinches you or something.
That was avoidable.
Alright, so I'm gonna just have Jigglypuff do some chip damage. And unfortunately, Double Slap is just a really bad, really random move. You saw there on the Bidoof, it had a 90% chance to hit. So prepare for some missed Double Slaps. Although I will say, as of lately, while my luck with almost everything has been bad, my Double Slap luck was actually really good. In the last stream, I think I've only missed 3 Double Slaps the whole stream.
Yeah, casual players kind of hate Jigglypuff. And by casual players, I mean most players.
I think even speedrunners hate Jigglypuff. Everyone hates Jigglypuff.
I actively make fun of anyone who says anything positive about Jigglypuff. I hate that thing.
I wonder why. Yeah, basically, as soon as you get the first opportunity to link with Pokemon, most people just give Oichi just something completely different. I mean, evolving into Wigglytuff isn't really any better.
Yeah, just if you're wondering why, just look at the stats. Just look at the stats.
Okay, this wild battle right here is completely unscripted. The placements of everybody will be... Okay, that was annoying. Whoops.
Yeah, that's another harsh lesson that every Pokemon Conquest player has to learn. Beware of anything that uses Headbutt, or Astonish, or Iron Head, or Rock Slide.
Yep.
They will flinch you.
Awesome. Yeah, I should not have moved Eevee so close within Bidoof's range. That was kind of my fault. Okay, this being 3 turns is really bad. But oh well, time loss early game isn't as big of a deal as time loss in the late game. Time loss in the late game can time loss in the early game can easily be made up later. Time loss in the late game, not so much. So to mash
and
text...
if it ever gets really bad, like, if it gets really bad, like, for an actual speedrun and not like one that's being broadcast live, if things get really bad in the beginning, you just reset.
Yeah, especially with the grass-type kingdom Greenleaf, which is after the fire-type kingdom Ignis. We'll get to that in a moment. So right now, sometimes when I go in these kingdoms, on the smaller screen, I will look at the arrows next to the Pokemon's picture. Those are called their energy levels. Essentially, the higher the energy, the better their HP and stats are. And I noticed the Tepig and the Bidoof were minimum energy, the blue arrow. So that means they're going to have less stats. That should make them easier to knock out. I prefer lower energy on the more tankier Pokemon. I would have preferred it on Chimchar. Alright, so right now I'm just staying on this side of the battlefield because I want these Pokemon to come to me. Well, great start. Yeah, these guys can burn you. I had to reset a run recently where I've had 2 out of 3 embers burn, And 2 out of 2 embers also crit.
Well, Jigglypuff being burned is better than Eevee being burned at least.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
3 damage critical hit. Ooh. Yeah, and it looks kind of sus to stand on top of the fire vent, but it, as far as I can remember, it doesn't flare up when someone's standing on it. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, it does not. Okay, Chimchar being down there, it's kind of preferable because I've had problems with these guys just running away. Ooh, nice, got a rock on Tepig. The rocks do fire type damage, so unfortunately it does not do rock type damage. That would probably make this fight too easy.
Well, in a casual run, you probably wouldn't want them to KO because then there's like an experience penalty.
Yep.
Oh my god, Jigglypuff.
Yep. She is not cooperating well. It's also preferable to put Jigglypuff there to try and kill the Bidoof, so that way Bidoof doesn't just get high rain to just flinch everybody. Okay, I should be able to kill Chimchar with Eevee, and Eevee has an ability called Celebrate, which Celebrate allows it to move twice, if it knocks something out. Yeah, if this were a regular speedrun, I would have reset this. Well, to be fair, I try not to do resets before greenleaf, just because greenleaf is a huge reset point anyway. Okay, so right there, you just saw me use what's called a warrior skill. Each warrior has... It's sort of like a Pokemon's ability. Your main character has a warrior skill called Top Speed. What it does is it increases your range, which is the number of tiles you can move, by 2 spaces. So obviously, that'll help with getting to hard-to-reach Pokemon. Hey, finish the job for me. Alright, I'm just gonna have you finish this.
Someone just asked me what's the top 5 Pokemon for the first story.
Like Pokemon you can obtain just naturally. I mean, you have access to essentially 16 kingdoms worth of wild Pokemon.
Yeah, you'd hope that maybe half of them wouldn't be total ass.
Yeah, in my previous stream, I went over the password generator with the stream to show them what could have a password. A lot of them are pretty bad. Essentially, some top contenders for password Pokemon in this game would be like Excadrill, Staraptor, Lapras, Darmanitan. Those are like the top contenders. But if I were to replace the Staraptors with Darmanitans, the problem is they really do not help at Pugilus.
Yeah,
okay.
And the problem is we only got time to realistically enter one.
Oh yeah. Okay, so right here
I
is
almost said Lepra. I almost said Lepra when I was talking about Lapras.
So right here, this is where we get introduced to the ability to recruit random warriors in the wild. There's one of 2 warriors that could show up. I want a warrior named Rikiu with a Darumaka, but unfortunately Takayori and his stupid Charmander keep showing up. I don't want him. There we go.
Well, in a casual run, you would want him because he makes the upcoming fight a lot more consistent if you field both Darumaka and Charmander, but we don't have time for that.
Yeah. Also, Darumaka is at minimum energy. That is actually not great because that means it's gonna do less damage in the Grass Kingdom. Jigglypuff is so far away from that, I'm not gonna bother. Also, you do the most amount of damage and have better accuracy when you attack Pokemon from either the sides or from the back.
Yeah, there's also like a slight advantage if you hit from a higher elevation.
I've also been trying to think of why mashing text in this game is pretty inconsistent, but I think what I've been doing wrong is I would just mash A non-stop. I think I have to make an effort into timing when I press A, because I think if I just press A when it's not necessary, it probably slows the game down a little bit.
I could test this on my own time, but I think what some speedrunners do is they hold down one of the buttons and they mash the other.
But yeah, I'm holding B and I would just mash A like just as fast as I can. But I think trying to time it is actually better than just randomly mashing A for no reason. There's some instances where you want to mash. Like on that versus screen, you want to press A or tap the screen. Or when the Pokemon show up and spawn in the battlefield, pressing A can skip their cry. These you want to mash. Okay, so this is the Grass-type Kingdom Greenleaf. This is essentially the biggest reset point in this run for me. If I want the pan stage to go down to the left side of the battlefield, if it goes to the right side, then I essentially will lose 3 minutes, and I would just reset. But obviously during a marathon, I can't reset. So what I'm going to do is, it will essentially be faster for me to just leave the kingdom and re-enter, rather than have Darumaka chase after it, because Darumaka has to be the one to get the kill on the pan stage. Because in order to recruit...
post-game...
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll let you keep going.
Yeah, so in order to recruit a warrior, you have to fulfill one of 3 requirements. Defeat them within 4 turns. Okay, I will need to leave and re-enter. So yeah, you either have to defeat them in 4 turns, defeat them with a super effective move, or you defeat them before they have the chance to do any damage.
Well, we're forfeiting now.
Yep.
In the post-game, forfeiting would give the enemy a little bit of experience and make them stronger, but in this episode, it doesn't happen.
It does make their energies go up, though.
Well, Darumaka's energy just went up a little randomly, so...
Yeah, every few months, a Pokemon's energy level can just randomly go up or down by 1 stage. If you try to go to a Panagiri shop in one of the kingdoms, the shopkeeper will explain that to you. Also,
if each level of energy...
Yeah, if I run away...
Each level of energy... Oh my god, we're just... we're not reading each other very well yet, are we?
This game is just so random, you never know what's going to happen, but when you run away and, like, go back into this fight, the grass bridge doesn't show up right away anymore, so it's kind of a bit weirder now.
Yeah, the energy levels are 5% all stats for each level, so it ranges from 0.9 to 1.1.
Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, we're good. I mean, now there's going to be extra Pokemon here. That's annoying, but I can make it work. Okay, at least the Sewaddle went to the side, so Darumaka could get a clean hit on Pansage. But, I'm not going to be able to have Jigglypuff help with chip damage. That's going to be unfortunate. Alright, also, Oichi's warrior skill is Sweet Song. It heals 50 damage from everybody on the battlefield.
I think it's the start of the game where that's the most useful, because as you get later in the game, it doesn't scale that well. But you may as well use it.
I wonder if he's just gonna kill Jigglypuff. Nice. Double nice. Oh, triple nice. You moved out of the way. I don't know if this is a true thing or not, but I think out of the random tiles that the traps could spawn, I don't think they can spawn next to each other. At least I've never seen it. At least I've never seen it.
This gotta be embarrassing for them though, because it's their home field.
No, not... Yeah, right here. I had to move Jigglypuff up by 1 because the spot Darumaka and Suwaddle was just at, there was no trap. There would have been a high chance that the spot I would have just moved to had a trap. So I had to move up. Okay, we should be good now. The Suwaddle does have an ability called Stealth, which just makes moves randomly miss, but I've almost never had that thing use Stealth on me. It's very rare that I ever see it. Alright, so that battle was a bit long, but we made it. Alright, so right here we are going to want to recruit Motoharu and Takatomo. The guy with a Pansage and a Suwaddle.
Takamoto, right? Yeah.
It might be that, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so right now, before we conquer Fontaine, the Water Kingdom, we're going to go ahead and mine for gold. We're going to need that gold to buy stuff later. Also, it looks like in this kingdom, almost every Pokemon is very low on energy, and our Pansage is maxed out on energy. So that means we're going to deal some good damage.
One thing that we do miss out on by this being a speedrun is the potential Carnivine warrior out in the wild in Greenleaf, which destroys this battle even harder than Pansage does.
Oh yeah. When I had to do my 100% speedrun, I was kind of forced to play it casually because I had to recruit everybody. And I remember going into this fight with 4 grass types on my team.
Darumaka's just along for the ride. We brought him because you get experience anyways, even if you don't kill anything.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to have Suwaddle step on this button. Alright, so I'm going to use top speed to move 1 extra space. So that way the Piplup, when it goes for Bubble on Eevee, it'll stay in the water, allowing Pansage to theoretically hit 2 Pokemon at once. Because Vine Whip can hit up to 3 Pokemon at once. Some moves hit only 1 Pokemon, some can hit 2, Vine Whip hits 3, and broken moves like Fire Blast can hit 7. Or is it 6? I think it's 6.
No, it's 1, 2. It's 7, yeah.
And Fire Spin is 8.
Fire Spin's like kind of sort of balanced, not really, by the fact that if it misses 1, then it misses... Well, then it only hits once.
So normally I wouldn't attack the Wooper and the Pampor right away, but since they were very low on energy, if you can kill multiple Pokemon in the same turn, it can help speed up the fight, because when it's the opponent's turn, they will have less Pokemon to go through. Plus, that Pampor can get really annoying by constantly staying on that button. Also, it's pretty interesting how they're choosing to stay in the water, even though they could theoretically do more damage on the sides. Do you want to explain why they might be doing that?
I don't think that they would do more damage by going out of the water. It's because there's like a sort of terrain bonus, if you will. Water types deal more damage when they're standing in water, and the same applies to other terrains that have a matching type.
Yes.
So like grass, rock, ground.
And lava for fire types. I believe the electric... I believe the little electric tiles in Violite also give bonuses.
Yeah, they do. But it only appears in one map in the entire game, so...
Yep. Dang, I'm actually gonna gold split Fontaine, dude. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and we even missed like 2 damage rolls.
Okay, I didn't gold. We're good. So yeah, we're not going to recruit anybody here because they're really not that good. I mean, Wooper could theoretically help with Violet. The problem is it's just too weak.
Oh, I got something to say about that.
Go ahead, there's just cutscenes here.
Okay, if you look at Wooper's stats, the thing is that each Pokemon's attack stat is based on either its physical or special attack stat in the main series, right? Well, Wooper uses special attack, and what's its special attack in the main series? It's 25. Yeah, that's lower than Sunkern.
Alright, so right here, we're going to go into the shop at Fontaine. We're going to use this gold to... Oh my, I accidentally said yes to the tutorial. Whoops. So we're going to buy 10 power wristbands. You want to explain what power wristbands do?
These are basically choice bands. It's like a 50% power boost. And the drawback is that every time you deal damage to a Pokemon with them, there's like a 10 or 15% chance that it breaks for the rest of the battle. I mean, it disappears. And you'll have to get a new one, but it's a choice band, essentially.
Yep, and we only get 10 of them until... I think it's halfway through the game, we're able to buy another 20. And we want to keep at least 1 power wristband for a warlord named Kenshin with a Gallade. It's good to get him a power wristband because Psycho Cut is a pretty powerful move. So I've got to try and preserve these if I can.
There's just loads of layers of RNG, with power wristbands breaking, enemies taking a turn in a random order, burns, flinches.
So yeah, on this map, if one of the electric types stands in one of the electric tiles, they do get a damage multiplier. Alright, so our main goal for this kingdom is we need to recruit 2 warriors, Soreen with the Pampor and Munashige with the Starly. Because Munashige has a very good ability called Marksman, it raises your accuracy and essentially gives you a 50-50 chance of critting for 3 turns, and when you combine the crit chance with Brave Bird, it's going to be very devastating. And the reason we need Soreen, it's not because we need Pampor, he has a warrior skill called Rally, and what Rally does is it boosts the attack of itself and its surrounding allies for 3 turns. It could be useful for the Bug Kingdom. Alright, so right here...
The guy with the...
I'm sorry.
What was it? The guy with the Mareep also has the same warrior skill, but I think it's just easier to KO the Panthor.
Oh yeah, plus we have Pants Sage, so we can hit it with a super effective move, which will guarantee the recruit. Oh nice, it lines up with Pichu. I can get a nice kill with that. Okay, so the Mareep decided to hit the button, which causes a little electric shock to go on the opposite quadrant of the map. Oh, thank God it did that before the Starly moved there. If that Starly got killed by it, I would have had to start the kingdom over.
Oh my god, could you imagine? But I think they know who's there. I think they probably wouldn't have.
I have seen him do it with other opponents before.
Hmm. It could be that they check to see if it's super effective, but they don't check the remaining HP. I could be wrong there.
Alright, so unfortunately this probably won't kill. Nope. Alright, I'm just going to leave these two here. It is a bit weird Maripa's all the way over there, though. Alright, so right now we just got paralyzed, which is fine, because Rikiyu's warrior skill is a skill named Detox. It heals paralysis on everybody in the field.
Well, you say that, but it was only on Jigglypuff, so...
Yeah.
You know?
I still would like it to do damage on something, so I didn't want it to die. Plus, if Oichi died, I can't use Sweet Song as a backup plan.
Yeah.
Alright, if I have Shinx KO, if I have Eevee KO from this side, I might be able to top speed to the Mareep and hit it from the back. With a power wristband, Eevee will most likely two-shot. That was a low roll.
Incidentally, if we top speeded first, we'd still be able to use top speed for both the first and second action.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know a fun fact? I just found this out while doing runs. If Eevee isn't able to move due to paralysis, and you use Detox to heal the paralysis so it can still move, Celebrate will not work for that turn.
No, I didn't know that.
It just randomly happened, like a few days ago. I don't know if like it being paralyzed like set some sort of flag or something. I don't know what causes it. Oh, forgot to split.
I think it's probably like a failsafe because getting fully paralyzed maybe is like counts as one action, and it makes an allowance in case the paralysis gets removed. That's just a theory.
Yeah, unfortunately this game isn't really well documented. There's no functioning disassembly for it, so we can't really look in the code unless we were to do all that work ourselves.
Oh, imagine if there were a disassembly. There's so much stuff I could do.
You could make way more customizable ROM hacks.
Well, with mine, I'm not too ambitious. I just want to like do basic balance changes within the scope of the original. But maybe the others might like that.
Alright, so what I just did is I typed in a password, and that's what the category is called, any % passwords. I typed in a password to summon Wild Staraptor. I want a bare minimum of 2 Staraptors. It'll spawn anywhere from 1 to 4. 2 is the bare minimum. 3 is actually best case scenario because having 3 can speed up a couple of kingdoms. 2, okay. I'd say 2 and 3 are about equivalent in time because the time save you could get in the bug and fighting kingdom from having 3, you did have to spend extra time linking with a 3rd one. So it kind of cancels out.
There was a small argument to just not sending whoever was the lowest link at the time. I think that brings up the average percentage just a little bit.
It would, but since Bravebird is just very powerful, it's not really going to matter much. Also, I didn't... Alright, that Staraptor's got Intimidate. That's annoying. That's Hero. Okay. Just subpar. Intimidate just wastes time. Hero doesn't really do anything. Alright, Oichi got her Jigglypuff. Now Munashige's... Or Staraptor. Now Munashige's got to get his Staraptor. Thankfully, if the golden orbs are going a bit slow, if you mash A quick enough, you can technically get a perfect score twice in a row by mashing A quick enough.
Yeah, and warriors that have at least like a non-zero link can help with the linking process. I know it's a little weird when you're supposed to be forming like an emotional connection, right? But it does work like that.
It could be a safety strat you use, like, just in case. I had a run recently where, for some reason, there were, like, no golden orbs that spawned, and I wasn't able to link with anything on the first try.
Yeah, you might also want to do that if the wild Pokemon can actually KO you.
Yeah, linking with Staraptors is a very risky business. Yeah, so the reason a third Staraptor can help is I could give the third Staraptor to Rikiyu, and with 3 Staraptors, depending on how the opponents will arrange themselves, you could theoretically defeat everybody in one turn. However, though, 4 Staraptors, if there are 4 of them in the wild, then it just becomes a giant time loss. Because you gotta defeat or link with the other one.
You can't defeat them, you have to link with them.
Yeah, have you tried beating a Staraptor?
The point of this is that Staraptor is a good Pokemon. So, defeating them is kind of not tenable with our little scrub squad.
Alright, so would you like to explain how this battlefield works?
Yeah, every turn, a little ball drops down from the sky, and if you hit it, then it'll go flying in that direction and damage everything. Also, there are random traps in the Zen Garden, so anyone who is unfortunate enough to be touching the ground, so not Staraptor, could just get surrounded by fencing before they get a chance to attack.
Also, some weird... I'm gonna see if this happens with the Suwaddle. Okay, not yet. Yeah, usually the Spheal is the most annoying thing to KO here. It's one of the main uses of Pansage. Yeah, for some reason that Suwaddle likes to move just one space. It actually lines them up perfectly for a 2-kill with Brave Bird. Also, Pansage almost died.
Yeah, it might be the grass preference because it's a grass type and it likes to stand on grass. I have noticed that a few times.
Also, with Brave Bird, the sides do more damage than the front.
It depends on which way the target is facing, but yeah.
Yeah, that also is a factor. Yeah, I don't think that defense boost is going to help you.
It'll waste time.
Yep. Unfortunately, there's no way around it.
But that's another nice thing about Marksman. If the defense boost would have mattered, there's still a 50% chance then that it would crit, and then it wouldn't matter.
Alright, so right here, Darumaka will help KO the Venipede. That's the main use for Rally here from the Pampor's Warrior, is the Pansage and the Darumaka got an attack boost, and it'll last for 3 turns. Plus, with Pansage, I could use Mighty Blow on top of it.
Yeah, and they do stack, we checked.
The main disadvantage of Brave Bird is after you use it, your defense goes down and you can only move 1 tile at most. Okay, okay, this will still kill, we're good. I wasn't sure if that Spheal had thick fat or not. I don't think it does.
If it did, it would show a little message every time it took damage from a fire or ice attack. So I think so. Anyway. If I remember correctly, it's Deep Sleep or Skater. I think it's Skater.
Alright, so right here, we're not going to need anybody. Alright, more tutorial stuff.
Fun fact, in my ROM hack, that guy was my self-insert.
What, you put in a sprite of yourself?
No, I used the same sprite.
Oh.
I just had him explain some ROM hack specific stuff.
Ah. It would have been really funny if just a Hatsune Miku just popped up.
Oh, wouldn't it though? But I don't have that kind of art talent.
I've done plenty of sprite pixel making, but only with like Game Boy Color size sprites, not exactly the bigger ones.
Yeah, I work best with a 64x64 or something close to that.
Alright, so for the goal for this kingdom is you have to snag all 4 banners and keep them for 5 turns, but if you just KO everything, then that 5 turns is essentially ignored. So we're going to try and defeat everything.
Yeah. However, if you KO everything, but there's less than 5 turns left, then you lose. Yeah, so the game does account for that.
Funnily enough, this kingdom gives you the most amount of turns at 30. The lowest amount of turns a kingdom can give you in this game is 15. But right now, I'm just going to have the Star Raptors up here just on standby. And Pansage is going to hit this bell at the start of the next turn. Whenever you hit the bell, all of your team gets an attack boost until the end of the turn.
Yeah. This map looks a little intimidating, but really the AI's priority for banners just works against them so heavily here. Because if they're standing on a banner, they won't move to attack.
Yeah.
And if there's an open banner, they'll try to stand on it. So the banners just end up being a huge nerf to the AI.
Yeah, the Terrera fight coming up would be way more difficult to plan out if you actually had to defeat everything, including that Rhyperior.
And it's part of the reason why Illusio is so bad, because there's a scripted movement that forces the Gallade onto the banner, so you have to get rid of it pretty much.
Yeah, and Gallade's a decently strong Pokemon in this game.
Yeah, it's just nerfed by being Psychic type.
Something that would make no sense in the older Pokemon games.
But it's true, we're in Gen 5.
Alright, and we win. But this isn't the last we'll see this kingdom. These last couple of kingdoms have gone very good. Alright, so right here we just want Yoshihiro. He's the one with Girder. Girder is a very decent Pokemon in the main story. You may be wondering how it evolves into Conkeldurr. To evolve into Conkeldurr, do you want to say? I don't remember.
I think I do remember. It's 60. You have to be at least 60%, and you have to use Girder to score a finishing blow on an enemy warrior that causes them to want to join your team.
Yeah, and the reason we're not ever able to evolve Girder in this main game is because during the final few kingdoms in Nobunaga's story, or in Nobunaga's army takes over the rest of the kingdoms, and you cannot recruit anybody at the final 8 kingdoms. So I would have to go into the wild, recruit somebody just to get Girder to evolve. And it wouldn't really be
Girder's
worth it
fine.
either, because Girder's a move is very decent. I don't remember what Conkeldurr gets though, but Girder's pretty
It's
good.
superpower.
Oh yeah, that no. We do not want Wake Up Slap, or we do not want Superpower. I'm good on the attack drop.
Yeah. Although I think even after superpower, it's still going to be stronger than Girder, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right now, before we can conquer Terrera, we get invaded. So right now, we're on the defending side. They are the challenger, which means they get to go first. The challenger AI, for some reason, on this battlefield is a bit weird, because sometimes they will step out of the banner to do damage on you. So this fight is a bit less predictable. It's one of my lesser favorite splits.
And Machoke evolves the exact same way as Girder.
Yeah, that whole 60% plus get the final kill on a warrior that would want to join you, that was what they gave all the trade evolution Pokemon in this game. Well, there's also the ones that have to hold items, like Scyther and Scizor, you'd have to do that and hold the metal coat. That Drillbur is really low on energy. That's sort of good for me and bad for me at the same time, because eventually I will need to use that Drillbur on my team, and if its energy is too low, it's going to be hard to evolve it.
Well, I mean, last time I was here, Drillbur didn't really get any kills either, did it?
No. Dude, it's so low, I can kill it without a crit.
Oh, poor thing.
Alright, I'm not going to have Staraptor do any damage right now, because I do not want to hit my other Staraptor. And I would like to try and get more kills. Alright, I'm just going to bring you down here. Oh, nice. Oichi got a crit. I was not expecting that.
It was only on the screen for a second, but I was a little curious as to how much damage we would have done to our teammate.
I didn't take a quick enough look. Oh yeah, see? Sometimes they just step off the banner to do damage when they're the challenger. It's so weird.
Well, Rhyhorn wasn't on the banner. Oh, I see. It's the stream delay.
Yeah. I think you might be watching the end on YouTube, so you can read the chat. YouTube has a bit more of a delay than Twitch does for some reason.
Oh, I'm watching on Twitch.
Oh, you are?
Let me see.
Very good invasion split. Very good. Is it easy to evolve Machoke? It's annoying, but it's technically a consistent evolution. You don't have to like get your stat to a specific number. You just have to get your percentage to a certain number. And you have to get the final hit on a warlord that wants to join you. So you would have to like go to the wild or something.
Someone's asking me to say bad things about Rhyperior. You know, if you want to hear me say hilarious things about really bad Pokemon, you can read my Game Facts guide. You can read the guide on the in-game tier lists on Smogon. I got a lot of really funny things to say about bad Pokemon in this game. It's glorious.
It reminds me of when I went onto Smogon one time to look up suggested movesets for some Pokemon, and I went to Spinda's page, and the summary was, why on earth would you use this?
Oh, there was one that was like, where it just tailored the moveset to have Spinda LARPing as some sort of like, what was it? No, it was Lovedust I was thinking about. It was just LARPing as a sort of utility Pokemon whose moveset was tailored to have it just whispering sweet nothings into your lover's ear.
Okay, so this kingdom right here has started to become my least favorite as of lately. The main goal is to get to the banners in the middle of the big towers, but you also at the same time need to recruit the Drillbur. And depending on the turn order the opponents do, it'll either be easy or very hard.
But that's okay, we have a plan. It's not gonna be foolproof, but if things turn out that way, then we'll know what to do.
Alright, we're good. If the Charmander moves 4 spaces to the right, where it's 1 tile to the north-left of that middle elevator lift, then we're good. Because here's what we can do. I don't care about killing the Charmander, I just want the Staraptor in that specific tile. Because if I can block the elevator, all the wild Pokemon, or all of the enemy Pokemon will stay in this area. And the Drillbur won't try to run away. And you know another advantage with Staraptor? It can't get hit with Dig, so the Drillbur won't go underground. Unless it's able to hit Pansage or Girder or something. And that's a bit annoying, those guys are in the way. I mean, I should be able to KO that Charmander. You know, I think this can still work. Row. Okay, you know what? This will still work. I can just go the other way.
There's like, I noticed a small problem with the plan that we made for this, which is that Rhyperior could technically kill Staraptor if Drillbur moved out of the way first.
Yeah. Thankfully, the Drillbur's low on energy, so I should be able to kill it in one hit with Mighty Blow. I did make sure there was a wristband on it, though. Oh, no, there isn't. Oh, shoot. Let's see how much this does. 78.
No. It was a good roll.
Alright, so I didn't go completely. If I had remembered the wristband, that would have killed.
Another good thing is that since our Pokemon just went up the lifts, then the enemies can't take the lifts anymore. Oh, that's not good, is it?
Darmako is kind of irrelevant.
No, I was referring to the Drillbur's movements.
That is not great.
Yikes.
Alright, thankfully Rhyperior cannot use Rock Wrecker again, but... yeah, Tepic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to run away and start this fight over.
Wait, no, not quite. If we have enough to kill a low health Drillbur, we can maybe send Eevee down. It might be faster than just resetting.
I think so. Because technically Drillbur has not done any damage to anything yet, so if we can defeat it without it doing any damage, we'll still recruit it. If this were a real speedrun, I would have reset this. I like how the present just popped right back up. You see that?
I didn't know.
I notched
that was very amusing. Yeah.
Come on, Girder, land in the right... oh, perfect.
Okay, it's good that we played that out.
Yeah. There we go. We'll have to get the Staraptor back up there, though. Alright, so yeah, the next turn we'll win. Guaranteed. Yeah, it just goes to show you, like, a lot of stuff can go wrong in this kingdom.
The Rock Wrecker against the target that was gonna be hit by Dig was very lucky. Or was it Rock Wrecker? I think so.
Yeah, the Rhyperior has Rock Wrecker.
What I mean is that our Dig target got KO'd before Dig could land on it.
Yeah. That was kind of my fault, though. I should have remembered the wristband for Pansage. Right? Yeah, not... yeah. Wait. You? No. Wait, where is he? Why did he not recruit?
I guess we learned something.
Was it because
Maybe
it would have hit the Pansage anyway?
That might have been it.
Oh, man.
I didn't know it worked that way.
Me neither.
We're bleeding time.
I know. I'm not sure what to do here. Yeah, that's good to know. Let's just continue.
Yeah, we can maybe grab Drillbur from the wild.
Or see if we can find the warrior in the wild.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Masatoyo.
But yeah, it's good to know that maybe I think it's maybe because the damage that Dig would have done was predetermined the moment it went underground. So the warrior still thinks he did damage, and that's why the recruitment failed.
What are the odds that we'd find that out today?
I'm glad we found that out today, not during the actual event. Alright,
Yeah.
List.
Thousands of hours.
Select.
We still learn new things.
Sort by place, warrior name, then. Here we go. Name. Alright, I gotta skip. I'm just gonna have to Excadrill password. You know, that's just stupid enough to work. Just so we can continue this. You know, I'm doing it. That's just stupid enough to work. Oh, dude. Okay, Pokemon password. Excadrill.
This is a little scuffed. That's crazy that we're doing this.
There we go. Hey, if we had known that, like the moment it used dig, it wasn't gonna happen, we would have just ran away, but we didn't know. All right, I'm gonna go in there with.
Uh-oh, that's floating rock 2, right?
Yep. 4 of them.
I think
This is so scuffed.
Floating rock 2. Floating rock 2, the worst vanilla map in the game. Well, maybe that's a hot take, but it's like bottom 3.
I hope y'all can see why we do Terrera, not Illugio, for our next battle.
Now we're thinking with portals.
Well, Rikyu, I guess you get to stay after all.
Yeah, but like, for one trying a bronze link is pretty tough from full.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend none of this ever happened. This is the problem with doing the run on console is I can't really do safety saves. I kind of just have to know when I need to run away and start over.
It's still kind of jarring to see Excadrill not KOing with a super effective attack, but that is because they're wild Pokemon. Just being linked to a warrior makes them stronger, because warriors have stats.
I thought a warrior's stats just affected like mining for gold and shopping.
No, there's like a small effect in the damage calc. Power increases damage dealt, wisdom decreases damage received. I think if it's 100 versus 0, it's like a 33% increase or decrease. Wait. Oh yeah, in case you were wondering, if you successfully link and then run away, you don't keep the Pokemon that you linked with.
Yeah. Your Pokemon could die, though, and you'll still keep it, as long as you win either way. Okay, so we're gonna pretend we've always had the Drillbur, right?
What's this one gonna cap at, though? I don't actually remember off the top of my head.
Let's see.
But
56. That's pretty close to what will be in the late game anyway.
yeah.
Not ideal, though.
It should have been Shingen. It would have been nice to use the guy for once.
Oh, that would have actually been funny.
And he gets rallied too. Oh.
But yeah, that's not exactly part of the route, so... Yeah, we're gonna pretend none of that ever happened. It also makes me realize Conquest is not a friendly game for a marathon. At least to the main series Pokemon game, if you die, you can just go back to the center and try again. Or better yet, you have the ability to save. And I don't want to delete my save file. It was the save file I did the 100% speedrun on.
I mean, you could just go into the battery file and move the DSV file into a different folder.
Honestly, maybe. I do have a backup Nintendo 2DS I got on Facebook for very cheap. I sold the Pokemon games that came with it because I already owned them, and I essentially got the console for free. I should probably homebrew it and try to rip the save file off my cartridge. It'd be pretty easy with a basic homebrew software. So that way I can do safety saves. It's a lot more than Pansage RNG. That's just whether I continue the run 13 minutes in. Really? I am amazed that Machop didn't die.
It was a roll.
Must have been at high energy.
Yeah, it was an unfavorable roll.
Thankfully, from where that Onyx is, whenever I attack the Roggenrola with Girder, the Onyx can't attack anybody. I'm just gonna do that to break his sturdy.
This is probably a really bad thing to say, but when like Soren, when he says like watch and learn, when he does his warrior skill, I keep thinking of Heavy is Dead. That's always pretty satisfying.
Oh no, Eevee flinched. Unfortunately, this Excadrill is just going to be weaker by the end of the game. There's not really much I can do about it.
Yeah, if we'd gotten that on Shingen, that would have been ideal. And we'd have Rally too.
Oh, for sure.
It would have been a little unpleasant to link with it, you know, given that Rhyperior has 2 range, but it would have been worth it, I think.
Alright, so now we're going to buy some more Panagiris. Or no. We're not only going to buy some Panagiris, but we're also going to buy more wristbands. I know I don't have Drover anymore, but let's just pretend I do. So I'll buy 11 Panagiris and 21 power wristbands. This will last us until the end of the game. Usually I end up with like 7 to spare. I might actually move my splits around. I originally thought doing Yaksha before Viperia would be faster because you wouldn't have to march people out of Yaksha to Viperia to go to Avia. But I think having Jolteon for Yaksha will help a lot. Which, it's what the old route did. I just thought I would save time because it's not like Jolteon was too useful during the Yaksha fight, but having a bit of help would be better than nothing, and Eevee doesn't even attack during this kingdom anyway. Yeah, I'll move my splits around.
Last time I remember Jolteon KOing a Zubat on this map, but I don't know if that was like mandatory.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Oh, in case anyone was wondering, flying types can't use the passages.
Yep, they're immune to the toxic on the ground, but they can't step in the little water buckets to heal up. They're kind of like the little hot springs in the Ignis map. I'm just lucky there was an Excadrill password. There's about 40 Pokemon in this game that cannot have a password.
I could look it up, but I think it's probably because Excadrill is a valid wild Pokemon, like in post-game if you upgrade an area enough.
That might have something to do with it. Like, what's a Pokemon in this game that can never be found in the wild? That's not a legendary. Crobat.
Yeah.
I believe I think there is a Crobat password, though. Like, there's a possibility for one. I remember I looked through them all yesterday. Hey, Eel, you were with me yesterday. Do you remember seeing Crobat on that password sheet? I read out loud every Pokemon. Oh, that Zubat being there is so bad.
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah. You had eye surgery? Dang. Oh, that's annoying. Dude, this fight just went rough. It's very rare that Zubat would actually block the door. Honestly, I probably should have made Oichi Staraptor do nothing, because now someone new is going to be in that banner.
That was the worst case scenario, I think.
Yeah. I have not had a Pokemon block that door in years.
Well, the first round of poison isn't so bad, so we can detox that later, I guess. Here we see another benefit of Staraptor over Darmanitan, which is a Pokemon we'd otherwise be using, which is that Staraptor has like overkill speed.
Did the Golbat seriously try to heal?
Yeah, it's a little wonky.
That's funny. Man, I just love seeing my time loss be in the double digits. Oh my.
Well, at least we know that the Drillbur loss was avoidable because of the power wristband.
Yeah. What was the cause for the double-digit time loss? Normally, to be able to recruit a warrior, you have to defeat it within 4 turns, or defeat it with a super effective move, or defeat the Pokemon before it does any damage. The Drillbur in the Terrera fight was going to use Dig on Pansage, but then Pansage died, so the Dig had failed. So we thought we still could have recruited it, but we actually couldn't. I think what happened was the damage was predetermined the moment the Dig was used. So according to the game, the Drillbur technically did do damage to the Pansage, even if it didn't actually show it. And because of that, we were not able to recruit the warrior with Drillbur. So as a last minute resort, I typed in an Excadrill password and gave it to one of my warriors as like my makeshift solution. This wouldn't happen during the actual marathon, because if I had known at the time that we were just never going to recruit the Pansage because of that, I would have just ran away and started over. It was literally something I never even knew.
And I'm the one who talked you into like playing it out because I thought that the Dig wouldn't have counted either. So
Hey,
put some of that on me, I guess.
It was something we needed to figure out. That would probably be good for casual players trying to recruit a Drover. Also, the advantage of Jolteon against Poniard, it completely blocks off parry, because it's not a contact move.
Parry is more likely to activate than Instinct, but that's the trade-off. Only working on contact moves.
If it just worked on everything, it would just be too broken. Dude, how high of energy is that Zoroark? Oh my. Oh, it's high energy. No wonder that didn't kill. Dude, that bite flinches a lot. Jolteon. Send away Jolteon. That works. Yesterday, I had 5 of my own Pokemon, and the opposing army only had 1 Pokemon left, and the treasure box happened to pick that 1 Pokemon. Oh. Unfortunately, because of that flinch, I couldn't end it that same turn. Also, sometimes the opponent's Pokemon cries, when it plays out right before it dies, sometimes the cry just takes 2 seconds to activate for just unknown reasons. I don't know if there's something that causes it, or if it's just a glitch. I think it's more likely just a glitch.
It could be like an optimization thing, because like when you're programming, it's cheaper to just only run checks every few seconds rather than on every frame.
So, random,
Yeah, or in like intervals.
Honestly, I think with how this fight played out, if Oichi did not get flinched by Bite, this probably would have gold split. Actually, no, I'm comparing to a Viperia split. Never mind. The splits are inversed. Still learning more about this game? Yeah. I'm definitely learning more. I mean, like I said, even when the event ends, I'm still going to continue running this. Because, like, once you start speedrunning a game, you can't just stop after a bit. Like while you're still in the rhythm, you got to keep going until you get your goal.
And we learn every run.
You imagine if they remade this game or make a new one, they could add AI to make it much harder. I think make it less stupid. You know, there was a potential time save strat I thought of for this kingdom. Have Excadrill walk onto that bridge so it stops appearing and disappearing each turn, but I just worry if I do that, some of the Pokemon might go after it. But I think, you know what, since this run is essentially just a test run, I think it's worth giving it a try.
Yeah. Excadrill's just along for the ride. It can't hit anything.
Yeah, it's very annoying for these guys to get down to the bottom left part of the battlefield. It may not look like that far of a gap, but if I adjust the camera, you'll see it's a very far gap. A Pokemon with a range of 3 essentially needs to be at the very edge in order to get down there.
You know, remaking this game on paper, not that difficult, to be honest. I could probably do it. It would take months, but I could do it. The issue is that it's Nintendo's IP, so there's no money to be gained from doing that.
Not just that, it's also made by Tecmo Koei. I don't think they'd be interested in it anyway. Because I think they own half the rights.
Yeah. I'm not dumping months of effort into something just to have it taken down.
I think they only really bother with it if they actually do announce plans to remake it. Alright, so the reason I have these 2 Staraptors right here, it's to actually protect Jolteon from Braviary using Skydrop. Really. Okay,
Yeah, Braviary, even if it can hit Staraptor, it's heavily discouraged from trying because it does 0 damage to flying types.
convenient. Are you kidding me? Well, it's what I get for attacking it. Honestly,
Oh
I
my
should
God.
have just let Jolteon get the kill. There was no reason to do that. Yeah, pretty much my fault that happened. But yeah, it seems like having Excadrill go on the bridge is definitely worth it. Saves a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, as long as there are other targets that each Pokemon could hit other than Excadrill, I don't think they'd ever target it.
Dude, I've got a buttload of viewers on YouTube right now. Interestingly enough, people don't really like watching me speedrun games on YouTube anymore, but I guess they're growing to like this game, which is nice.
It's a good-ass game. It's the coolest spin-off they ever made.
The one thing that could improve this game is a way to mash the buttons that doesn't hurt my wrists.
That would be easy. Most games will just let you hold B.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. It kind of made Mystery Dungeon very boring to speedrun, though, because half the game would just be holding B and waiting. I did run Blue Rescue Team unrestricted for a bit at one point. It's just very fun doing manipulation.
Most people say that the story is the best part of Mystery Dungeon. So it is a bit of a shame to speedrun it, but yeah. Oh boy, statue hell.
Also, the other day, I actually saw these statues just move backwards, which I didn't even know they could do.
That's like a visual thing. It's happened to me a couple of times. I'm still not sure what causes it.
Also, 47%. If we had actually recruited Masatoi, he would be 47-48% right now. So it's kind of caught up in the levels, even though he starts at 40%.
It helps that Excadrill can actually take KOs. Drillbur's just a nothing Pokemon.
Yeah. If only there was a way for him to have Excadrill right away, but the only way that could happen is with a second password. Now it would just take too much time. Too bad it didn't sell well. I think it came out in the wrong generation. Would have... Honestly, if this game had came out, like, maybe a few years ago or something, because I know there was a Nobunaga Ambition game that came on Switch within the last couple of years or so. So if it had come out around this time, it definitely would have sold a lot better. I think it's just because these games were overshadowed by Black 2 and White 2, which came out 2 months later.
It was also like at the end of the Nintendo 2DS, so... And it wasn't publicized at all. I'm not even sure how I heard about this initially.
I can tell you the story. I was in GameStop. I was about to turn 10 years old, and I grabbed my starter. No, I was about to turn 10 years old. My mom let me pick one game, but I couldn't play it till my birthday. And I remember seeing the shippers for Black 2 and White 2, which hadn't come out yet. And I actually thought it was going to be the same as Black and White 1, which I already had, so I didn't bother getting it. But then the clerk said, hey, there is this other new Pokemon game that just came out, and he showed me Conquest. I'm like, you know what? I'll give that a try. Yeah, W employee. Funnily enough, it was advertised. I remember seeing an ad on TV once, and I think it was on the IGN YouTube channel. Like, I think the video for it's still up. It was probably just because also this was a different kind of game.
Well, it happens to be the kind of game that I like.
Yeah. Dude, that Lampent is really stupid. He could have hit Excadrill for super effective damage, but he decided not to.
Flame Burst is whack.
Yeah, for those wondering, the middle part of the Flame Burst damage is the one that does the fire type damage, and it does the most damage. All the other tiles of damage is more like the chip damage. Like how in the main series game, really? Excadrill's surrounded, of course. In the main series games, Flame Burst, like, if in a double battle, for example, it would do chip damage to the other Pokemon. That's kind of what it does in this game. Dude, I do not know how these shoulder buttons go sometimes. Man, this would have been such a great Spectra split if those statues didn't screw with me. Let's look at Excadrill. He's literally surrounded. He can't even go after the Lampent. It's his one job here.
Yeah, you can't really hope that the statues move out of the way for you if there's something blocking, whether it's like a Pokemon or a box. They'll only move in the direction they're currently facing.
That still went better than my PB because the PB Spectra was that bad. Because I was trying to evolve a Darumaka in the wild. Because its energy was so low I couldn't get it to evolve. Darumaka was just so frustrating to play with.
Yeah, there's kind of been like a reverse Darumaka renaissance where people are like, I mean, Darmanitan's good, but Darumaka is kind of not it.
Maybe if the stat needed to make it evolve was slightly lower and it wasn't so unreasonable, I think I would have stuck with it. It just didn't help that with Darumaka, you essentially had to get KOs in order to evolve it on time. Drillbur, you didn't. Alright, Nick Storm has also started to become a kingdom I hated because Beartick has just become my new enemy. If it doesn't flinch you with Icicle Crash, it'll flinch you with its ability Tenacity.
That's another case where Darmanitan would have been nice because it doesn't make contact. I guess it still could get flinched by Icicle Crash, but
Yeah, Darmanitan's really good for this stage. But funnily enough, there is a password for Darmanitan. It's just the problem is, there's plenty of spots Darmanitan just doesn't help. Like Pugilist, for example. It would just keep not killing things and knocking stuff off the platform.
yeah, believe it or not, Celio was the most potentially threatening member of the other team.
Yep, but thankfully the way it's lined up, it's always going to die right away. Lapras can never die because its ability Shell Armor prevents crits. You know what's funny? That Beartick is very slow, Jolteon's very fast. It's more likely to miss than not miss.
Yeah, people in competitive say this a lot, but Icicle Crash is such a volatile move. It either misses or it hits and it flinches.
See, Shell Armor, that would have crit. Also, the one scripted thing here is the Cubchoo always steps on that little iceberg.
Good for us.
That's not a big deal. Thank you for not hitting that. That Muna is very likely to miss. You have to be very unlucky for it to actually hit you. Because Muna is also very slow, and it's Hypnosis, so hopefully I don't need to explain more than that.
It's one of the slowest Pokemon in the game. Though it was technically optimal to stand more than 2 tiles away from Musharna because its activation range for calming is 2 squares.
Yeah, since the Musharna can't attack anything unless it's asleep, it just runs around randomly. Although, this did happen to me yesterday. I have actually seen Musharna try to use Dream Eater on a paralyzed Pokemon.
Oh!
Probably just because
Maybe
all it looks for is a status condition. Oh, look at that! See, it just tried to attack. It just tried to attack Staraptor. Probably because it was tired. Like, I don't know what the AI looks for.
What?
It might just be completely random for all I know.
That's really weird. They're probably like, maybe they were saving a few lines of code with Hex or something. I'm not so sure.
I forgot this move was supposed to be a high crit move.
Whatever they were cooking with Musharna, it didn't work. This is my personal hot take, but I think Musharna is the worst Pokemon, like the worst combat performance of any Pokemon in any Pokemon game ever made. I'm 100% serious.
I will say, though, whenever I would do playthroughs of Pokemon Black, normally the Musharna would be Bianca's most difficult Pokemon. Simply just because it's just very bulky.
Yeah, I mean specifically the Pokemon Conquest version. Someone's asking me if I'm a programmer. Yes. I actually did make a tactics game. I published it on itch and everything. It's just that it's not an adult game, so no one's playing it. But it is I think I did a good job with the game that I made.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's basically like Pokemon Conquest, but with the Final Fantasy Tactics turn order system. And instead of Pokemon, they're sea creatures.
Alright, so this kingdom is going to be pretty interesting, because Staraptors are normally not good here. But we're actually going to do some creative strategies here. Also, the Quagsire will always go up there. Same with the Metagross and the Aggron. Alright, so first, we're going to use Brave Bird with Oichi. We have to stand on this specific tile here, because we're going to do some messing around with the cog tiles. Or the cog wheels. Okay, I should have used Courage on that. Whoops. I don't think that'll mess with anything.
Yeah. Good thing is that Chimecho cannot activate the cog wheel, so it's probably not gonna mess anything up.
So with Staraptor, I'm just going to sit right there and not do anything. It's not going to do much to the Aeron anyway. But yeah, for some reason, these Aerons really do not like attacking Staraptor. They still will sometimes, but sometimes they run away, and that's actually a good thing for me.
They might be seeing, like, an absurdly low hit rate or something like that.
Okay, this'll be fine. Because Jolteon normally has to wait on this wheel anyway. So that way Girder is in the top right section. Go one step further down. I've delayed back up here so Excadrill can attack.
I think Excadrill's probably capped now, right?
It's close.
That might matter later.
Yeah, look at that. Those Aerons are just so weird.
You've done messed up, Aaron.
Alright, so now what we're going to do here is activate Marksman, and our whole goal is just to knock out the Quagsire. Try and get crits. Still pretty bulky though, but it's got time.
It has an iron wristband, if I remember correctly, and you know, if you get lucky, it could break.
Alright, so I'm gonna
The
have...
Metagross has a power wristband.
I'm gonna have Gallade do a tiny bit of chip damage to break the Sturdy. There we go. There's that crit. Alright, and Excadrill will now finish off Aggron.
I think the way that damage calc worked, the crit must have bypassed an iron wristband.
It must have bypassed it, yeah. Also, I think the reason that KO failed was because Masatoyi's Excadrill, I'm pretty sure, would be better than this. Yeah, it'd be at like 55, 56%. Oh, random. That might be it as well, because I think the warriors in this game, like, at least with their first Pokemon, they have set stats.
It's always 15 in every stat.
What do they go up to? Is it the same ID system? Like 31? Like, it's at 15 out of 31?
Yeah.
Ah, so you're saying I recruited a bad Excadrill.
Or, let me see. It could also be... Let's see. Because Masatoyo has 70 power. Q has... Okay, it's a 2 power difference, so it probably doesn't matter. Never mind.
Do their power stats actually affect damage output?
They do, but it's like a difference of 2 power, so it wouldn't have made a difference here.
Oh, I thought all power did was like how much gold you would mine up. I didn't think it actually affected damage.
Yeah, it does. It's also the reason why the wild Staraptors weren't KOing you in one hit.
Do any of the other Warlord stats affect battles in any way?
Oh.
Like charisma and
Yeah, this is really funny. But power increases damage, wisdom reduces damage, and charisma basically makes speed increases the effect of speed, whether that's positive or negative for you. I think it was a mistake. It was a mistake, probably, but that's how it works.
Like, give an example.
Like, if you were trying to use Fortress, God save you, then you would actually want a low charisma. Because that would increase your chance of hitting somehow. Funny thing is, that warrior, the infamous one who only has 1 capacity and perfect links with Fortress, charisma is his only good stat. Or his only stat that isn't really bad. So
that's bad, right? You want the charisma to be low?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. The only stuff I've learned was, like, stuff that's relevant to, like, completing the game. Not, like, stuff that's in the technical background. But it's good to know that. Also, the opponents here really do not like standing next to a node if it's going to do damage, so it can be a safe spot to put them. The Pokemon. See?
Yeah, but at the same time, you yourself really don't want to stand next to a node unless you got a really good reason to.
You see how Gabite took the chance. And I guess you did as well.
Dragon Tail
Oh,
repositioning is kind of dangerous.
At least Excadrill's lined up to start doing damage to Zekrom now.
You're doing good plays. Yeah. And that's kind of what's fun about this game because it's so random. Like the situation can change so much depending on random factors that you can really never predict what's going on. So the ability to think on your feet is always going to be relevant.
Oh, for sure. Good.
But that's another thing with the end game of this game is that as you get further in the game, speed differences start mattering a lot more. Because when you're at like 20 or 30%, even if you outspeed the opponent, the raw difference in speed is not going to be that high. But the accuracy modifier, it depends on the raw difference in speed. So that's why the hit rates are getting worse.
Yep. It's also the reason ranges get bad, too. This is one of the worst Dragoners I've had in a while. Well, no, the worst one I've had was where Excadrill died to Dragonair Dragon Tailing it into a water node. I still somehow won that fight.
The last Dragonlord run I was here, that could have happened too.
Oh, damn it.
It had a chance to do that.
I hit the wrong Pokemon. I jinxed myself.
That's pretty bad.
Oh. I kind of deserve that. Funnily enough, this could... Oh, I don't remember how long the end split is, but this could probably get sub 2 anyway. Despite all that. The final split's usually like a 6-minute split. Yeah, this probably won't get sub 2.
It should take the KO. No, never mind. what's nice about Girder, and what would be nice about like something like Gyarados if you brought it here, is that you could smack the enemies into a node and then have it burn or paralyze them, potentially.
Actually, I'm kind of curious on something. Hold on.
Yeah?
What's the upgrade to wristbands?
The wristband, like the brace and the...
Okay, they don't sell them here anyway. I was curious if this shop would have that upgrade. It doesn't.
But the cuff and the brace, they would be, instead of like a 1.5x, it would be a 2 and then a 2.5x. Which is crazy. I can't believe that got through testing.
Oh, a few days ago during one of my runs, the wandering merchant actually showed up.
Oh, did you have 10k?
No.
No.
Also, Jolteon
Honestly,
spawned a bit too far from the Arceus, to my liking.
Honestly, if that happened though, I'd probably sell the rest of the power wristbands if it could get me 10k. Because then you could Guardian Charm solo this last battle. I think it would be faster, less units to move. And it would be easier as well.
I am amazed that worked. I failed so many of them, but since I was spamming A, it still went up.
Incidentally, ROM hackers hate this fight because they can't edit it in any way.
You can't change the Pokemon that spawn here?
No, they don't know where the data is stored.
Dang.
Well, I don't care because I didn't change this.
Couldn't you just, like, search the... Can't you just search the RAM for the byte values that represent the Pokemon that are on screen?
Well, that's the thing. All we can do is see, like, the hexadecimal values. We're not sure where... We're not sure where everything is.
I've had to search stuff up in RAM before in the past. And that's kind of what I would do. Like, as long as I knew what the bytes represented, I could search specific spots of the RAM.
Thank you, Gallade.
It was gonna die anyway.
Some justice there.
Alright, let's see if we can actually get the crit on Lucario for once. I never crit that thing.
And they made fun of Mega Scolipede for shell armor. Who's laughing now?
Alright, yep, that essentially did nothing.
Yeah. Omnipotent is such a broken ass ability. It's life force, it's instinct, it lets you deal neutral damage to everything.
The amount of luck this game needs is insane.
It might take years for everything to line up for a perfect speedrun.
Doesn't help that my wristband for Arceus broke turn 1.
Well, that's where a Guardian Charm would have been nice.
Well, Gallade's still alive, so that's not going to work out for me.
Yeah. If we got Guardian Charm before this, the strat would have been to send Arceus together with Jigglypuff. Yeah, not Staraptor, Jigglypuff. We would switch Oichi to Jigglypuff, and then KO, and then do a self-KO on the first turn.
Yeah, I can't wait for that day to happen. Why am I attacking with Arceus? Use Girder.
Yeah, this game is so volatile that it might be good to just like relax on the speedrunner mentality for a bit, just to avoid mistakes.
Did you say relax on the speedrun mentality?
Yeah, because like instead of like inputting things as fast as possible, we could take like maybe a second or two. For example, that time when we accidentally drill ran the other Pokemon and not Zekrom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I didn't realize the Gabite was within range as well. I need to start taking that slow on that, because it's not the first time I've done that mistake. What does that do, the self-KO? If I gave a Guardian Charm to Arceus, and it's the only Pokemon left on the battlefield, its attack, speed, and range all go up.
And its defense. No, defense increases, speed doesn't increase.
Oh, attack, defense, and range. I think it's by double.
It's by 2.5.
Yeah, that item is so broken. That's why it's only behind the Traveling Merchant.
And the reason that you send Arceus and Jigglypuff instead of just Arceus, I said it both ways. But the reason you send both of them together is the game forces you to bring Oichi.
I wish there was a password to, like, spawn the guy, but I don't think there is.
Oh, if only.
Let me... Because I know the password generator can generate passwords for events, but I think the only events it supports is Keiji story, Hideyoshi Reshiram, Motonari and Motochika in the main story, Akuni story, and Ranmaru story. Yep. So it's just pure random.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Those are only unlocked after you clear the first story, so...
Well, the
so
Motochika and Motonari password, that allows you to recruit them during the main story, because they're impossible to recruit in the main story.
And one of them uses grass types. How useful does that sound?
Mm-mm. You know, if my wrists don't hurt every single time I do this run, I would definitely do these runs for longer.
Maybe you need a power wristband.
Right? It's the way I mash the text, though. But yeah, at least we know that thing for the future for Pansage. Yeah, this will probably be the last commentary practice stream till the event, because the event is next Saturday.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, I think we pretty much have an idea of what we'll talk about. But yeah, dude, now I'm really wanting the... I'm really wanting that guy to show up in a future run. And just get the wristband. That'd be so funny. Or the Guardian Charm.
Traveling merchant? Yeah.
That'd be funny.
I mean, you get like random shit to sell over the course of the game.
I mean, I technically
Like,
already
it's not-
sold the Firestone and the Waterstone for good money.
But you could just like maybe buy fewer power wristbands, and then if he shows up, you could dump the rest.
That would be very funny.
And if I remember correctly, 5k could get you a metal coat, which is just a power wristband for steel types that never breaks, which is nice.
Yes, let me use my steel type Excadrill. Well, it was nice having you here for this. Can't wait for the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make... Yeah, the schedule should be put in that... Well, it's already in the Discord server. I could probably find the link for it. No, John, it's on the 15th of August. Alright, everyone. I'm gonna head off now. I probably won't be doing more runs tomorrow, so it probably won't be until... probably Monday. I do more runs, but thanks to Bacon Fry for helping with commentary practice.
Yeah. Next time it'll be the real thing, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, well, I'll see you.
Alright, peace out.
Alright, so yeah, the next stream will be Saturday, where I will do the Pokemon Crystal with Mega... I think it's Mega Gallade or Mega Gardevoir. It's one of those two. Yeah, there won't be a stream Friday, no stream Sunday. And Monday I'll do more Conquest runs. I'm gonna go back to how I normally do them. Alright, so yeah,